Most of the times, brand trying to evolve from the previous season's kits, try and make them better to appeal more to the fans, but sometimes they don't. Well, in today's video, we're going to be testing out that theory by comparing this season's kit to leaked kits for next season. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Basically, how this is going to work is I'm going to be comparing the equivalent from this season to next season. So, for example, Arsenal home, Arsenal away, and I'll be pointing them which one is my favourite. So let's actually get into the video now. Starting off with the Premier League, and we have Arsenal's home kit. Now, I think both of these kits are very similar in the kind of concept, you know, the plain basic red base with the nice white sleeves. But it is this season's one, isn't it? You know, the nice base pattern, obviously. It's just clean, isn't it? You know, it just works. Whilst next season's one, it doesn't look as good. It's got that lightning bolt pattern in the collar and the sleeve cuffs. But I've got to go with this season one. I just don't really like next season's one. The away kit as well is kind of the similar story. They're very similar kits, you know, with the lightning bolt, the blue. And the next season's one, to be fair, it's got a lot more colours. They've gone to incorporate a bit of yellow into there, which this season kit doesn't have. But this season kit is just better. You know, the bits of red in it, the silver, just the pattern as a total. It is just so much better. So it's 2-0 so far. Moving on to Chelsea now, and this is actually quite a tight one. I think, you know, Chelsea and Nike haven't had brilliant kits in the past. I think this is one of the best ones they've had so far, 100%. Whereas compared to next season's one, it looks really good. You know, they've incorporated a bit of yellow in there. It looks like they're just going to be using the Chelsea line, which I'm a big fan of. So I've got to go with the new one. And for their third kit as well, their third kit this season and next season are both really good. Another really close kind of matchup. This season's one is obviously the total 91, but it's one of the best ones, definitely. I'll get on to probably what one is my favourite one. But next season one is just so clean. The white base, the blue and red, just works so nicely. I've got to go with next season's one. Moving on to Liverpool as well, and for their home kit this season was just so overhyped. But I do think it's going to win this one. I think next season's one is just so weird, and I don't really like it. You know, the pattern in the base just is so bad, you know. I know it's inspired by a nice retro kit, and I think it worked on that kit. I think it's Kyrat Almaty's kit as well. This season has got it as well, but I don't know. I've got to go with this season's one. And for their away kit, or third kit, sorry, this season's one is also really good. This kind of teal, kind of greeny blue base with the bits of black and white in it is so clean. Obviously, a trefoil kit. But next season's one is just so much better, in my opinion. You know, the black base, the kind of dark, kind of grungy pattern in the base, the silver badges, or the round neck collar, it's got to go with next season's one. Moving on to Manchester City's home kit now, and I really didn't like this season's home kit at the start of the season. I thought it was really bad. I still think it's quite bad. I think, you know, I still think it should be a bit more, but it's not as bad as I did think it was. I think, you know, the sash doesn't really work that well, and I'm not sure about the colours. Whereas next season, they've gone for this really nice gradient with some nice monochromatic badges, and I did say it in my leaked video that I was a big fan of it. So I've got to go for next season on that one. But for their third kit, or the away kit, sorry, I keep messing it up, this season's one and next season's one seem to be really clean. This season's one obviously won my away kit ranking at the start of the season. I think it's just so clean, you know. The silver on the black just works so nicely. Whereas next season one, it's got so much inspiration. Obviously, it's incorporating that B, which they barely use. Both Manchester clubs don't really use the B inspiration that much. With a kind of beige base, they're really close, but I've got to go with this season's one. It's just so clean. Moving on to Manchester United now, and I think both of these kits look really nice. Obviously, this season one, I think is really underrated, especially compared to like Liverpool's. I think Liverpool's is just so much worse than this kit. Obviously, it's just so plain, but this one is so nice. It's got black, you know, bits of white in it, pattern on the sleeves. Whereas next season one is also quite nice. It's got a polo collar in there. Nice, simple design, but I've got to go for this season's one. I really just prefer it. And for their third kit as well, this is another really tight matchup. Obviously, Man United's third kit this season is inspired by the Cantona kit. That's, you know, I'm not sure what season it's from, but it is inspired from that kind of black and gold kit with a bit of blue in there. Obviously, you can see it on this kit as well. And for their third kit for next season, I don't think I talked about this in my leak video, but it's got this really nice central badging, a nice kind of white base with some nice flowers pattern in the sides. Ooh, I'll go next season one. It just there's something about it. I'm moving on to Spurs as well, and for their home kit this season, I don't really like it. It's just a bit too weird. Next season one is clean, simple. I've got to go next season one. It just works really well, doesn't it? And this is the hardest matchup of the video, 100%. Spurs third kit. It is yellow versus clean design. I'm a massive fan of yellow kits. I don't know if you knew that, but I absolutely love yellow kits. They're my absolute all-time favourite kits of all time. You know, Dortmund, Villarreal. But next season one with the purple and the stripes and everything just works so nicely. I'll go next season's one, just barely though. Moving on to the Liga now, and we have Barcelona's home kit. Now this season's one, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think it's brilliant. I don't really know why there's like no collar in it. You know, it kind of just the stripes continue up, and the stripes itself, they don't look amazing, do they? They look a bit ugly compared to next season's one. They've got these really nice kind of, it's using incorporating that kind of gradient idea into it, but slightly different rather than going up and down. It's going across. Which I'm just such a bigger fan of. I think that's the right word. It's got to go in next season's one easily. I just really like that kit. And for their away kit this season, they've gone for this kind of beige one, which I'm not a big fan of. It's purple. And it's a Mamba branding, which I'm not sure about. I think just leave it to Jordan. I think that's fine. But their away kit next season, I think I talked about in my leak video. I think that's a really nice kit. You know, they've got the black with the purple gradient it up. I don't think it's a brilliant kit, but I think it's definitely better than their current kit. We're on to Real Madrid now, and I think this is a really controversial one because, you know, the one kit is just so like standard Real Madrid, while next season's one is just so different. You know, obviously this season's one, they've gone for a pretty basic design, the gold, the kind of dark, really dark brown that they're using. I'm not a big fan of that, but I think it's fine. Whereas next season one, you know, I'm actually kind of growing on the dark green. I think it doesn't look as bad as I thought, but it's just that pink that ruins it. It's got to go with this season's one just because of that pink. And for their third kit this season, their home kit this season is obviously this really nice blue base. It's a nice thick white collars and sleeve cuffs. I think it'd be brilliant if Cardiff had this, but obviously we can't. It's obviously got the Special, I think that's the word, stripes as well. They look so clean, but compared to next season's one, I think it's my lowest rank when I put in my leak video. It's got this weird kind of like dragon or snake pattern in this pink, and this is really kind of dull white. I've got to go this season when it's just so much easier to win. Moving on to Serie A now with AC Milan, and their home kit this season is just so experimental, especially compared to last season's one, which was just really standard. I'm a big fan of it. Obviously, they've gone for that weird kind of badge, but then this kind of devil inspiration in the base, which I'm a big fan of. But next season's one is just so classy, isn't it? You know, there's simple 3 red stripes, 4 black stripes with the simple, nice sleeve cuffs and collar. Got to go for next season one. It's just so simple and clean, isn't it? Their away kit as well, I think they're both kind of along the same lines. This season's one is obviously this kind of inspiration from quite an old one, actually. It's really old. Whereas next season's one, it's got this weird kind of gold collar in it. I'm not sure. I don't really like both of them, but I just barely like this season one just slightly. For Inter Milan as well, I think this season one obviously loses, but I really like next season's one. Obviously, the zigzag stripes, nice, really nice Nike template. I think it works really well. So got to go next season's one, obviously. And for their away kit, which I don't think I've talked about their away kit this much this season, obviously, I think it's a really underrated kit. I don't think it's brilliant, but I think it's really underrated. But compared to their leak for next season, which is this kind of baseball inspired, I don't think it's actually inspired, but it just looks like it. And I'm a big fan of kind of baseball looking teams kits with like a kind of white base and then pinstripes, like the France 2024 home one. But I really like the badge as well. It's kind of been taken out of that circle. It's got to go next season's. Juventus is home as well. This season's one is obviously a bit weird. You know, it's got the weird kind of like barcode looking stripes, a weird kind of gradient going through it. The pink I don't mind, but next season's one is just so classy. The simple stripes, bit of gold. I'm a big fan. Next season's one, obviously. And for the third kit for Juventus, this season's one is obviously kind of playing on that kind of hype from last season's third kit, the black base, the kind of green stripes. But I do really like that pattern. But next season's one, it doesn't look amazing. It's kind of got like gold, fire inspiration in the bottom. I don't really like next season's one, so I've got to go with this season's. And finally, we have the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich up first. Their home kit this season is obviously another terrible one. His next season one isn't too bad. It's got a bit of gold kind of cuffing with it. Some nice simple pinstripes, but it's got to go with next season's one, obviously. Their third kit, on the other hand, I'm a big fan of this season's one. Obviously, they've kind of gone with this like this checker inside of checkers. Big fan of this one. Next season one doesn't look too bad. They've kind of gone for this navy base with the kind of camo pattern in it with some nice coral. This season's one, definitely. Dortmund, this is another brilliant kit that I'm such a big fan of. Obviously, this season one isn't too bad. It's fine. But next season's one is easily so much better. It's got to go next season's. And for the final kit of the video, it's not technically a kit. Their third kit this season is obviously a carryover. I think it was their last season's away kit or something like that. But I'm a really big fan of this kit. I think the white base, the bits of gold in the sleeve cuffs, I think it probably should have been in the collar as well. But next season one, I've only got the collar here, but we've got a neon purple. Got to go with this season one because I don't know what it actually looks like. Okay, that is all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe and tell me which ones you preferred in the comments. Obviously, it's a very kind of, I don't know what the word is, but it's very personal to what your opinions are on it.